Alright, all you big cat lovers, it's time to take a stroll. We're gonna walk round the compound.
Alright, Will. Alright, Will. What do we got? Got a horsey leg. That's pretty much like the biggest piece that you've ever gotten. And I don't know if, like, he knows it's food, but it's like when the first time, like, you give someone crab legs and they're just like, I mean, it smells good, but what do I do? Go, boy. Oh, jeepers. Alright. We had line of storms pass through this afternoon and evening, but we didn't actually have so their big line pushed through the region, but specifically here at Care didn't have an exorbitant amount of weather. We had some rain, had some thunder, but I mean, the ground is still fairly hard, which honestly, I'm all for it. I'm okay with that. Some of the storms and the rain that we've gotten, and like, it's been dry for a week. We had rain today, but a week ago, if you go back a week and then go for like the few weeks before that, so like 2 and 3 weeks ago, it's just raining all the time. And then it was muddy boot prints and tire prints all over the place. Puddles and noodles and ugh. It's the cute police. No, they're coming. Too cute over here. I am coming to you now to post something. Oh, jeepers, Krim. What is he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? He's just fighting with his own feet. He's Pete fighting. Oh boy, he's got the leg, and now Malika's getting involved. This is chaos. One horse leg. That's all it takes, kids. One horse leg. Not even once. This is your brain on horse leg. Hi, fancy people. How you doing? I know, long time. It's been busy. It's been busy, but good busy. I mean, getting a lot of stuff done. We've had interns. It's the first week of interns. After not having anyone here for a while. So it's like the early part of last week, which is normally when I might kind of start filming stuff for casting, is dedicated to getting the facility ready for interns' arrival. And then interns arrive on Wednesday, and then it is like chucked into the deep end of training, and train and come along this way, and we're going to do this, and then we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about things, we're going to talk about theory, then we're going to talk about the specific 1, 2, 3, 4 step rules of a certain procedure and a process. We're going to start at this time, we're going to go to this time, and then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to start at this time, and then go to this time. And it's been a lot of that. But really really emphasizing good foundations and good starts into the training program, so that we can have a group that possesses a quality of culture. And that's a very important thing. It's a very important thing. There was, I don't know who it was, some business guy talking to a group of business people about business stuff, go figure. And he had said that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Hi, Luca. What he meant by that was that you can have the best laid out plans and procedures. You could have organizational rules and dynamics. Hi. Yeah. You could have really sound organizational structure, organizational theory. But if your organizational culture isn't strong, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your strategy is. And an organization's culture is oftentimes the greatest indicator of that organization's success. Now, it's not to say that plans and strategies and protocols don't have a place and aren't vitally important. They are. They are. But yeah. Culture is king. And it's been very satisfying. Even just this last week, like seeing the growth, the development, the change that can happen in young people if you're really pouring into them, and then trying your hardest to do that whole lead by example sort of thing, which, that's when 20 years of military experience can kind of come out. Whoa. Munch must really like that bush. Probably has nothing to do with anything that might be behind the bush. I think that it's just he's really into plants. So get away from my rhododendrons. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hi, hello. Whoa, 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 whoa. I do remember the opening credit scene of the X-Files did kind of spook me out as a kid. Kind of like right around that 10, 11, 12-year-old age. That's when I kind of got into like aliens. And I would read up about aliens and abduction stories and then just imagine how terrifying that must be. Just how awful that must have been. But then it's like that kind of, there would be like a tintillating kind of fear of that sort of thing. So then I would keep reading about it. Speaking of aliens, look at this. What is she doing? But yeah, and I know I'm not really breaking any I'm not giving out any like crazy hot takes by basically saying just like there was a creepy ambiance that the X-Files theme had, and it's like, whoa, you don't say. Are you sure that they were? Because I always thought that was like kind of like a kids show, came on right after Eureka's Castle, right? Huh. Max. Come here. Whoa! An encounter. I think that's probably a good like litmus test of if it's like they're a cat, which got a lot of actual like homegrown, born on Earth cats. But if they don't like me, they might be aliens. That's just a theory that I'm running, maybe a hypothesis. I think that there could be something to it, though. The truth is out there. Look at that sky. I think we're supposed to have some more thunderstorms tomorrow. I think. I don't know. And I have my water shoe. My water shoes. I am wearing my water shoes right now. They're good for walking through puddles and water. My water shoes. I will also say that cats that get temporarily maddened, they're Earth cats, but they've been affected by some sort of like alien influence, maybe a probe. Maybe they're experiencing a flashback from an encounter or an abduction. It looked like maybe she was going to roll on the grass for a second, but I think I'm mistaken. There's something about, I do think that there's something about alien stories and ghost stories and different types of otherworldly encounters, our tendency towards mythology, why certain stories are able to resonate. It's like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, and there's certain kind of like wide-reaching aspects of those stories that kind of hit people at a very elemental kind of human level. Commonality of certain experiences. And then I think that sometimes delving into the fearful unknown, it kind of runs along like similar pattern. Or there's like a similar human need, I think, for some of that stuff. I'm sure that people would be very enamored with stories about ghosts and demons and stuff like that, you know, way back in the day. But then as the human zeitgeist continues to kind of push forward, there needs to be almost kind of like new cultural experiences that can kind of give us the heebie-jeebies. And it's not to sit there and say, that must explain the phenomenon of it. Who knows? There could be stuff that's out there. But I think most, and I think most of the stories, most of the encounters, most of the accounts that people have and have had over the past, you know, number of decades. Look at this tubbo. Look at this tubbo. I think most of them are probably maybe not aliens. Maybe people saw something different, or maybe they thought that they saw something different, or maybe people are making stuff up. I think it's not any one explanation. I think that there's a whole bunch of different reasons for why those stories come into prominence. There we go. Okay, just don't drop your phone in their enclosure, because that would stink. Because there's not much I could do about that at this point. Got another cat over here chewing on stuff. I'm not going to zoom too much in because it's a little bit gruesome over there, but you can hear, and there's glowing eyes. Hi. See, I can still see you. I don't need no flashlights just yet. And then it's also, there's even like an evolutionary thing towards, maybe it behooves us to have that sense of caution about things that go bump in the night, or maybe things that go bump from the sky, because maybe it's almost kind of like, why do Grimm's fairy tales, the original versions, why did those last? Why did they endure? Why were they passed down generation to generation to generation and resonate with so many different human beings? And it's like, probably because it helped to have a carousel of stories that parents and elders could tell young people to, like, hey, you got to be, like, especially about like going into the woods and stuff. There's all sorts of like bad animals and bad people that could do very bad things to you in the woods. So we have a village, we make bread over here. We're next to a river. We can catch some fish and everything. Every once in a while we have a festival. Sometimes, people get cholera, but for the most part, it ain't too bad. Just don't wander in the woods alone, please. But they're, little kids. So then it's like, you have to kind of spice it up a little bit, but then it becomes culturally ingrained, that stuff. It just becomes the thing that people kind of latch on to. So then it's like, well, what does like those alien stories, and maybe and maybe this is one of those things where maybe it's not even like so much of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, maybe it's just a natural byproduct. Maybe it's almost like an evolutionary switch that just turns on, where it's like the emergent human species with its own collective consciousness knows, like, hey, we're developing technology very quickly. Maybe we need to then develop a system of myths to then kind of like give us a little, like pump the brakes a little bit. and like give people caution about like, advancement in technology that we might not understand. That maybe, I don't know. That's just a theory. Well, I think that's probably about enough talking about like the sociological implications of, extraterrestrial folklore and its importance within modern culture. And I'm gonna sign off because it's getting too dark to like adequately see cats. And anyway, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching this episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hashtag Dorbs Award in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for all of your big cat goodness. And if you want to learn more about the facility around me, you can always visit the website carerescuetexas.com for more information. You keep those tigers fed. Big shout out to the extra fancy patrons. I see you. You are so fancy, and thank you so much for your continued support. And we'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.
Monkey's buttered toast. Munchie saw a ghost.